So in our today's class, we'll be teaching the oogenesis. We're stopping at the we'll be teaching the oogenesis. So what is oogenesis? Oogenesis is the process by which oogonia, which is egg, differentiates into mature oocyte. It differentiates into mature oocyte, and also is the process by which it is the embryological process by which the female gametes are formed. So that is it for the introduction, but we need to add more things to that introduction. In oogenesis, it has two processes, which is prenatal before birth and postnatal maturation. And after that, the site of occurrence of the oogenesis is in the ovary, in the cortex, in the ovary, in the cortex specifically. So we are done with our introduction. We'll be entering into the location, that is site of occurrence, and also be doing the duration. For the site of occurrence, like we have said in the introduction, it occurs in the ovary, that is in the cortex of the ovary specifically. And for the duration, it starts in the 3rd month of intrauterine life and ends in the menopause stage, in the menopause, which is a permanent cessation of menstruation. Then for the processes, when I'm diving into the processes, let's start with the prenatal stage, prenatal maturation, which is before birth. The prenatal maturation undergoes many stages. So to start with, the primordial germ cells does what? Divide by mitotic division to form a large number of oogonia. So calm down. Primordial germ cells are what? Hairy germ cells, and oogonia simply means egg. So the primordial germ cells does what? Undergo mitotic division. You know mitotic division of a cell into two daughter cells that are genetically identical to the parent cell. So they undergo mitotic division and divide into a large number of oogonia, a large number of egg. And then the large number of oogonia, each of the large number of oogonia now does what? Forms a primary oocyte. They forms a primary what? Oocyte. Okay. Then the connective tissue surrounds the primary oocyte and then forms the flat follicular cells. What is flat follicular cells, if I may ask? Flat follicular cells are cells that surround the primary oocyte in the ovary. Okay. Then the next thing is what? Okay, so the flat follicular cells and the primary oocyte now join together to form what? The primordial follicular cell. What is primordial follicular cell? Primordial follicular cell is a storage unit for the female gamete. So after that, the epithelial cells surrounds the what? The primary oocyte. It gives its nutrients and food. It gives food and nutrients and also protects the primary what? The primary oocyte. So the last stage, the primary oocyte enters the what? The prophase of the first meiotic division. It enters the prophase of the first meiotic division, but it is done what? It is arrested at that stage by what? Till puberty. It is arrested at that stage till puberty by what? OMI factor, which is the oocyte maturation inhibition. So this hormone does what? Stops it at that stage, at that deep protein stage precise till what? Till puberty. Sorry. So we are done. We'll be teaching the postnatal maturation, that is continuation. So for the postnatal maturation, okay, the primary oocyte enlarge during puberty. After being enlarged during puberty, the flat the epithelial cell, that is the epithelial follicular cells, does what? Becomes columnar and cuboidal, and then give rise to the primary follicle. What is follicle? Follicle can just be defined as a fat-filled what? Sac that surrounds something. So once you hear follicle, just know it's a fat-filled sac that surrounds something. So the epithelial follicular cell become columnar and cuboidal and forms what? And forms the primary follicle. So to the next stage, the primary oocyte is now being surrounded by a layer of glycoprotein known as zona pellucida. You know, in the prenatal stage, that is prenatal maturation, it was being surrounded by epithelial cell and connective tissue. But in this stage, the postnatal stage, it will be surrounded by a layer of glycoprotein known as what? Zona pellucida. So after that, we enter the what? First meiotic division. During the first meiotic division, it is unequal. Because the cytoplasm, we'll be using cytoplasm much, so I need to explain that cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that enables cellular activities to happen. So during the first meiotic divisions, the cytoplasm is being divided into two, such that much amount enters into one daughter cells. Once it enters into one daughter cells, it forms the secondary oocyte, and then little amount enters into another daughter cells, forming what? Forming the first polar body. Polar body are non-functional bodies. Non-functional what? Bodies that will later degenerate. So we'll be going with secondary oocyte, because that non-functional body, that is first polar body, has degenerated. So during ovulation, the secondary oocyte enters the second meiotic division. But before that, let me give a little intro on ovulation. Ovulation is what? It's the release of secondary oocyte into the ovarian, by the ovarian follicle, into the what? Fallopian tube. Through the ovarian follicle into the what? Fallopian tube. So the secondary oocyte enters the second meiotic division, that is during ovulation, second meiotic division, and that will be possible, or should be possible, such that the sperm has fertilized that ovum, that secondary oocyte. Because if it does not fertilize it, it will end up staying in the what? Metaphase 2. So once the sperm has fertilized that secondary oocyte, it will continue. So the second meiotic division, is also unequal, because just like the first meiotic division, the cytoplasm, much of it went to, but in this stage, the cytoplasm, much of it forms the ovum, and the other one will form the what? Second polar body, which later degenerates. So immediately the second polar body is formed, our secondary oocyte maturation is completed. And so that is all for the postnatal maturation. So in summary, the primary oocyte forms one ovum with 22 autosomes and 1 S chromosomes. So we now go over to hormones. Hormones involved: the luteinizing hormone, the progesterone hormone, the estrogen hormone, and the follicle stimulating hormone. The progesterone hormone helps during pregnancy. The estrogen hormone regulates the menstrual cycle. So key takeaways is that during the prenatal maturation, the epithelial cell and the connective tissue surrounds the what? They surrounds the primary oocyte, but during the postnatal maturation, it is being surrounded by the glycoproteins, which is zona pellucida. And zona pellucida actually helps in a lot of things: protection of the oocytes and early development, and all that. So thank you for watching till the end, and don't forget to subscribe and like our videos. In our next video, we'll be teaching the spermatogenesis, so do it to subscribe. Thank you. So this channel remains MP Academy. MP Academy. This channel remains MP Academy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.